Hey there, ready to decode some ancient mysteries.
Oh, always.
Today's deep dive, takes us into the Book of Enoch,
Okay.
but not the usual Sunday school stuff. No, we're focusing on chapters 71 through 95, where things get seriously cosmic and symbolic.
You're in for a wild ride with those. Those chapters are incredible.
All right.
They blend real astronomical observations
Yeah.
with these really fantastical interpretations.
Yeah.
It offers a glimpse into how ancient people,
Yeah.
grappled with these big questions about the universe and good versus evil and the fate of humanity. It's really fascinating.
It really is. It's like peeking into a time capsule, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Seeing how they connected the dots between what they observed in the sky and then their understanding of the divine.
Exactly. It's a reminder that even in ancient times, people were, driven to find meaning in the world around them. They
Yeah.
used stories and symbols to explain what they couldn't fully grasp.
Hmm.
And the Book of Enoch is such a prime example of that.
Okay, so chapters 71 through 82, they take us on this grind tour of the cosmos, led by angels, no less.
Oh, wow.
Imagine getting a personal guided tour of the heavens,
That would be amazing.
right?
Yeah.
Learning the secrets of the sun, moon, stars,
Yeah.
even the repository of hail.
It's incredible. And what's fascinating here is how those chapters go beyond just, describing the physical phenomena.
Right.
They imbue the celestial bodies with this deeper significance, revealing their purpose and their role in the divine order.
So it's not just about what the sun and moon do, like giving light or marking time, but about what they represent on
Right.
a symbolic and spiritual level.
Precisely. It's like uncovering a hidden code embedded within the very structure of the universe.
Right.
For example, Enoch learns the true names of the sun and moon.
Oh, okay.
Names that reveal their essence, their cosmic function, within a divinely orchestrated system.
Wait, the sun and moon had secret names?
Yeah.
That's a new one for me.
It's fascinating, right?
Yeah. Were these names meant to be like magical incantations or more about understanding their deeper nature?
I think it's more about grasping their cosmic significance,
Okay.
their place in the grand scheme of things. Remember, this is a worldview where everything is interconnected and imbued with meaning. Knowing the true name of something unlocks a deeper level of understanding.
Okay, so it's not just about what they look like or how they move, but about their role in this grand cosmic ballet.
Exactly. And that implies not just to the sun and moon, but to all the celestial phenomena that Enoch encounters. The stars, the winds,
Yeah?
even the repositories of natural forces like hail and snow. His journey is like an initiation
Right.
into a hidden level of cosmic wisdom.
It's like being handed the universe's instruction manual with annotations by angels.
That's a great way to put it.
But then things take a sharp turn into symbolic territory, with chapters 83 through 90 and the animal apocalypse.
Oh, now this is where things get really
Yeah.
interesting. Instead of a literal end of the world scenario,
Yeah.
the animal apocalypse is this symbolic vision of history unfolding.
Okay.
It's like a cosmic drama
Okay.
with empires rising and falling, alliances forming and breaking, all depicted through the interactions of these symbolic creatures.
So we're talking bulls, boars, sheep, eagles, vultures, each representing a different nation or historical figure.
Exactly. It's like a historical documentary,
Wow.
but with a cast of animals.
Right.
It's a great way to put it.
Okay, so it's not just random animal fights. There's a deeper meaning behind each interaction,
Yeah.
each struggle for dominance.
Hmm.
But how do we even begin to decode it? Is there a key to this animal symbolism?
The key is to look for patterns, recurring themes that emerge from these symbolic interactions.
Okay.
For example, the white bull often represents the righteous lineage,
Okay.
those who remain faithful to God,
Mm-hmm.
while wild beasts and birds of prey, they symbolize forces of oppression and corruption.
So it's like a visual language for understanding the forces that drive history.
Right.
This eternal struggle between good and evil playing out on a global scale.
Exactly. And it's not just about the past either.
Okay.
This vision, it culminates in a final judgment and the establishment of a divine kingdom.
Wow.
It's a prophetic glimpse into the future,
Okay.
offering both warning and hope
Yeah.
for those who heed its message.
So after this whirlwind tour of the cosmos
Yeah.
and a glimpse into the symbolic history of humanity, what happens next?
Well, Enoch doesn't just leave us with mind-blowing imagery and cryptic symbolism.
Yeah.
In chapters 91 through 95, he delivers a powerful message to his descendants, a call to righteousness that resonates even today. It's like a bridge between the cosmic and the personal, you know?
Right.
Enoch has seen the grand scheme of
Hmm.
things, the workings of the universe, the
Hmm.
sweep of history, and now he's bringing it all down to earth,
Okay.
so to speak,
Yeah.
with a message about how we should live our
So
lives.
it's not just about stargazing and deciphering these cryptic visions.
Right, right.
It's about connecting those grand cosmic themes to the everyday choices we make.
Absolutely. Enoch is saying that understanding the cosmos and reflecting on history should lead us to a deeper understanding
Hmm.
of our own moral responsibilities. He's calling for a radical reorientation of values,
Okay.
a shift from self-interest and greed
Yeah.
to justice and compassion.
It's like he's saying, hey, after seeing all this cosmic grandeur and the consequences of human actions throughout history, shouldn't that inspire us to live differently?
Yeah,
To
exactly.
make better choices?
He lays out the consequences of sin and injustice, not just for individuals, but for entire communities.
Right.
And even the natural world, there's a real sense of urgency in his message,
Hmm.
a warning that our actions have ripple effects that extend far beyond ourselves.
It's a sobering thought, isn't it, that our choices impact not just our own lives, but the lives of others
Yeah.
and the fate of the world around us. But amidst all this talk of judgment and consequences,
Yeah.
is there any room for hope or redemption in Enoch's message?
Absolutely. While he's certainly not, sugarcoating the potential consequences of wrongdoing,
All right.
Enoch also emphasizes the possibility of repentance and turning away from wickedness. He's not trying to scare people into submission.
Right.
He's trying to awaken them to the reality of their choices and the potential for transformation.
So it's not a message of doom and gloom.
No,
It's
yeah.
it's more like a wake-up call.
Exactly.
Call to take responsibility for our actions and to align ourselves with righteousness. But what does that look like in practice? Does Enoch offer any specific guidance
Yeah.
on how to live a righteous life?
He does. One striking theme that emerges is the importance of knowledge and understanding.
Okay.
Enoch repeatedly stresses the need to study the scriptures,
Hmm.
to seek wisdom,
Yeah.
and to discern truth from falsehood. He's essentially saying that blind faith is not enough.
Right.
We need to engage our minds as well as our hearts if we want to live righteously.
So it's like he's saying, don't just accept things blindly. Question, investigate, seek understanding. Use your God-given intellect to discern what is true and right.
Exactly.
That's a pretty radical idea for such an ancient text.
It is, and it reflects a growing emphasis in ancient Jewish thought
Hmm.
on the importance of education and intellectual inquiry as essential components of religious life.
Right.
Enoch is challenging his audience to go beyond simply following rules or rituals
Yeah.
to cultivate a deep understanding of the principles that underlie them.
So it's about developing a discerning mind,
Yeah.
a heart that is open to truth wherever it may be found.
Mm-hmm.
But Enoch doesn't stop there, does he?
No, he doesn't.
He also talks about our relationship with the natural world
Yes.
and the importance of living in harmony with creation.
That's right. For Enoch, the natural world is not just a backdrop for human activity. It's a reflection of God's power and wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
and it's intricately interconnected with human well-being. He talks about the earth itself being affected by human actions
Okay.
and how our treatment of the natural world has consequences, not just for ourselves,
Right.
but for future generations.
It's like he's prefiguring the modern environmental movement,
Yeah,
recognizing that we're part of a larger ecosystem
exactly.
and that our actions have ripple effects that can harm or heal the planet
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we inhabit.
He's calling for a sense of responsibility and stewardship,
Mm.
a recognition that we are not just masters of creation,
Right.
but also its caretakers. We have a duty to protect and preserve the natural world for
Yeah.
future generations.
This is all started to sound very, very relevant to the challenges we face today, isn't it? Climate change, environmental degradation, social injustice.
Yeah.
These are all issues that stem from a disconnect between our actions
Hmm.
and a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos
Yeah.
and our responsibility to each other and the planet.
I think that's one of the most powerful aspects of the Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
While it's rooted in an ancient context,
Yeah.
it speaks to these timeless human concerns
Right.
and offers insights that are just as relevant today as they
Mhm.
were thousands of years ago.
So what would you say is the most striking or surprising element of Enoch's call to righteousness? What really jumps out at you from these chapters?
I I think what strikes me most is the emphasis on the interconnectedness of everything.
Okay.
Our actions, the cosmos, history, the natural world, and our relationship with the divine. Enoch isn't compartmentalizing these things.
Mhm.
He's weaving them together into a holistic
Yeah.
vision of how we should live.
It's like he's saying that our personal choices are not isolated acts,
Yeah.
but are woven into the fabric of a much larger tapestry, a
Mm-hmm.
cosmic web of interconnectedness, and that understanding should inform how we approach every aspect of our lives.
Precisely. It's a call to live with awareness, to
Mhm.
recognize the ripple effects of our actions,
Mhm.
and to make choices that contribute to the well-being of the whole,
Right.
not just our individual selves.
Okay, so we've explored Enoch's cosmic tour, deciphered the animal apocalypse,
Yeah.
and delved into his powerful call to righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an incredible journey,
It has.
full of mind-bending concepts and
Yeah.
thought-provoking insights.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I have one final question for you. Throughout these chapters, there's a sense of urgency,
Mm-hmm.
a warning that judgment is coming.
Right.
What do you think Enoch is trying to accomplish with this focus on judgment?
I think he's trying to shake people out of their complacency, to make them confront the reality of their choices
Okay.
and the potential consequences of their actions. He's not simply offering gentle guidance here.
Right.
He's issuing a stark warning,
Hmm.
the call to awaken to the gravity of our situation
Yeah.
and the need for a radical reorientation of our values and priorities.
So it's not about instilling fear or promoting a punitive worldview.
No.
It's about motivating people to change,
Right.
to make different choices,
Yeah.
to live in a way that aligns with righteousness and contributes to the well-being of the whole.
Exactly. It's a call to action,
Okay?
a challenge to step up and take responsibility for our role in shaping the future,
Yeah.
both individually and collectively. It's about recognizing that we are not just passive observers
Right.
of history unfolding, but active participants in creating a world that reflects justice,
Hmm.
compassion, and a deep respect for all of creation.
What a powerful message. It's certainly given me a lot to think about.
Yeah, me too.
And I hope our listeners are feeling equally inspired to reflect on their own choices
Mm-hmm.
and the kind of legacy they want to leave behind.
I agree. It's a message that resonates across time and cultures.
Yeah.
A timeless reminder that our actions matter
Hmm.
and that we have the power to choose a path that leads to greater harmony, justice, and flourishing for all.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
It is.
Enoch's vision is so much more than
Yeah.
just a collection of fantastical stories.
Yeah, it's a call to action and of a blueprint for righteous living that connects our personal choices to the well-being of the entire cosmos.
Yeah, and what I find so fascinating is how Enoch weaves together these seemingly disparate elements: astronomy, history, ethics,
Right.
even ecological awareness, into this unified vision of how we should live in the world.
It really is.
Like he's saying that to truly understand our place in the universe,
Mm-hmm.
we need to integrate all these different aspects of knowledge and
Yeah,
experience.
it's not enough to just study the stars or contemplate history in isolation, you know?
Yeah.
We need to see the connections, the interplay between the cosmic and the personal.
Exactly. And that interconnectedness is a recurring theme throughout these chapters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Enoch emphasizes the ripple effects of our actions,
Mm-hmm.
how our choices impact not just ourselves, but this entire web of creation.
It's a reminder that we're not, isolated individuals. We're part of something much larger than ourselves, and our actions have consequences
Yeah.
that extend far beyond our immediate sphere of influence.
It's about shifting from a self-centered perspective to to a more holistic one, recognizing that our well-being is inextricably linked to the well-being of the whole.
And that includes not just our fellow human beings, but also the natural world.
Right.
As we discussed earlier,
Yeah.
Enoch has this profound respect for creation and emphasizes the importance of living in harmony with nature.
It's like he's anticipating the modern environmental movement,
Yeah.
recognizing that the health of the planet is essential for human flourishing. He's not just talking about, preserving resources
Right.
or preventing pollution. He's talking about a deeper, more spiritual connection with the natural world.
Absolutely. And that connection is vital for our own well-being, as well as the well-being of future generations.
Right.
Enoch reminds us that we're not just inheritors of this planet, but also its caretakers, responsible for preserving its beauty and bounty for those who come after us.
So it's not just about what we take from the earth,
Yeah.
but also what we give back, how we contribute
Right.
to its health and vitality.
Mm-hmm.
It's about recognizing that we're part of a delicate web of life, and that our actions can either nurture or disrupt that web.
Exactly. And that's a message that's more relevant than ever today as we face the challenges of climate change,
Right.
environmental degradation, and the loss of biodiversity. Enoch's vision calls us to reevaluate our relationship with the natural world and to embrace a more sustainable and harmonious way of living.
Okay, so we've talked about the interconnectedness of all things, the ripple effects of our actions, the importance of living in harmony with nature. But amidst all these profound insights,
Yeah.
there's also this recurring theme of judgment, this sense of urgency and warning that permeates Enoch's message.
That's right. Enoch doesn't shy away from the consequences of wrongdoing.
Right.
He speaks of a coming judgment, a reckoning that will hold humanity accountable for its actions.
Yep.
But it's important to remember that this judgment is not arbitrary
Right.
or vindictive. It's a natural consequence of the moral order that governs the universe.
So it's not about God being, angry or punishing us out of spite.
Right.
It's more like the universe itself
Yeah.
is designed to uphold a certain balance. And when that balance is disrupted by injustice, greed, or violence,
Yeah.
there are repercussions.
Exactly. And those repercussions are not just for individuals, but for communities and even the planet as a whole.
Yeah.
Enoch's vision suggests that our collective actions have the power to shape the destiny of humanity
Right.
and the fate of the earth.
That's both a sobering and empowering thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
So because it reminds us of the potential for destruction. If we continue down a path of selfishness and exploitation, but empowering, because it suggests that we also have the capacity to create a more just and sustainable world.
I think that's the key takeaway from Enoch's message. It's not just a warning about impending doom.
Right.
It's a call to awaken to our true potential as co-creators with the divine.
Yeah.
To use our free will to choose a path that leads to greater harmony, justice, and flourishing for all.
And that choice requires not just individual transformation, but also collective action, working together to address these systemic issues that perpetuate injustice and environmental degradation.
Absolutely. Enoch's vision is not just about personal piety or escaping judgment.
Right.
It's about creating a world that reflects the values of righteousness, compassion, and respect for all creation.
So it's a call to action,
Yeah.
a challenge to step up and play our part in shaping a better future for ourselves, our communities, and the planet as a whole.
Precisely. And that's a message that resonates across time and cultures,
Yeah.
inspiring us to live with greater purpose, intentionality, and a deep commitment to creating a world worthy of our highest aspirations.
Well, that's a powerful note to end on. Thanks for guiding us through this deep dive into the Book of Enoch. It's been an incredible journey full of mind-bending concepts.
It has been.
And thought-provoking insights. I know I know I'll be pondering these ideas for a long time to come.
It's been my pleasure, and I hope our listeners will join us in reflecting on the the timeless wisdom of Enoch's vision
Yeah.
and finding ways to apply its teachings to their own lives and to the challenges we face as a global community.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Book of Enoch. Until next time, keep seeking wisdom, stay curious,
Hmm.
and remember, our choices matter.